For weeks, Malachi Barton was at the center of one of the most talked about Disney love triangle dramas online. Accusations, assumptions, and endless fan theories spread everywhere. And a lot of people were quick to point fingers. But now, as things have gone quiet and some details don't seem as clear as before, a new question is starting to come up online. Does Malachi Barton actually deserve an apology? Today, we're going to talk about how the internet reacted to him, what was assumed, what was never confirmed, and why some fans are now rethinking the way this whole situation was handled. When the drama between Malachi Barton, Kylie Cantrall, and Malia Baker first started circulating online, Malachi quickly became the main focus. Fans believed he was at the center of everything, and many assumed he had hurt people behind the scenes. Without any official statements, the story was built almost entirely through social media activity, unfollows, photos, timing, and song lyrics. And once fans believe they've connected the dots, opinions can spread very fast. Malachi didn't speak out. He didn't post explanations or try to defend himself publicly. And in the world of online drama, silence is often taken as guilt, even when nothing has been confirmed. As theories grew, so did the backlash. Comment sections filled up with accusations, disappointment, and anger. Some fans labeled Malachi as a cheater, others said he had betrayed friendships, and many felt personally hurt by a situation they only knew through rumors. What's important to remember is that most of this was based on assumptions. There were no clear timelines confirmed, no public statements from Malachi himself, and no solid proof explaining what actually happened privately. Still, the reaction online was intense. Malachi became the villain in a story that was never officially told. So instead of responding, Malachi stayed quiet. And while that frustrated fans, it also raises an important point. Not everyone chooses to handle personal situations publicly, especially when they're young and under constant pressure. Silence doesn't always mean someone has something to hide. Sometimes it means they're protecting themselves or simply choosing not to feed the drama. As time passed, the outrage slowly died down. There were no new posts, no confirmations, and no clear ending to the story. And that's when some fans started to step back and ask if the reaction had gone too far. Now, weeks later, the conversation online feels noticeably different. The intense reactions have slowed down, and people are starting to look back more carefully. Fans are rewatching old clips, rereading posts, and realizing just how much of the story was built on guesses rather than confirmed facts. What once felt obvious to many now feels far more uncertain. Some fans are pointing out that Malachi never publicly disrespected anyone involved. He didn't make sarcastic posts, didn't drop shady comments, and didn't try to control the narrative or place blame on someone else. Instead, he stayed quiet, even while his name was being criticized across social media. Others are now recognizing how quickly theories spread and turned into facts online. A few assumptions turned into full timelines, and those timelines turned into strong opinions, all without real confirmation. That wave of pressure and hate grew fast, and once it started, it was hard to stop. That's where the idea of an apology comes in. Not from Malachi, but to Malachi. An apology from fans who may have judged too quickly, crossed personal boundaries, or forgot that there are real people behind these online stories. Malachi Barton is still young, and he grew up in the spotlight, where every interaction is watched closely and every moment of silence gets questioned. When you're in that position, even small things can quickly turn into big stories online. Situations like this show just how fast narratives can form on social media. And once they take off, they're incredibly hard to stop or undo. It's also important to remember how much pressure comes with being constantly observed. When millions of people are discussing your personal life without knowing all the details, it can take a real toll. What starts as curiosity can easily turn into judgment, especially when fans feel emotionally invested. This doesn't mean Malachi is perfect, and it doesn't mean mistakes were or weren't made. It simply highlights that the internet rarely has the full picture. Reacting with certainty, especially when information is incomplete, can sometimes cause real harm to the people involved, even when that was never the intention. So, does Malachi Barton deserve an apology? For some people, the answer is yes. Not because they believe they know exactly what happened, but because of the level of hate, pressure, and assumptions placed on him without confirmed facts. They feel the reaction went far beyond curiosity and crossed into unfair judgment, especially when so much of the story was built on theories rather than truth. Others feel differently. They believe that until more is known, it's better to stay neutral and not rush to conclusions. From their perspective, silence doesn't automatically mean innocence or guilt, and rewriting the narrative too quickly can be just as harmful. At the same time, there are also people who fully believe every rumor that has circulated online. Some of them continue to send hate messages, leave harsh comments, or speak negatively about Malachi on a daily basis. Even without proof, these rumors have become facts in their minds, and that constant negativity only adds more pressure to the situation. What's clear is that this situation shows how powerful online reactions really are. In just a short time, someone can be judged by thousands of people based on incomplete information. And once those opinions spread, they're very hard to take back, especially when hate becomes louder than facts. In this video, we looked at the situation surrounding Malachi Barton and how quickly online opinions turned into strong judgments. This wasn't about defending or attacking anyone, but about stepping back and reflecting on how the story unfolded and how easily assumptions can turn into facts on the internet. Right now, there are still many unanswered questions, and that's okay. Not every personal situation needs a public explanation, especially when real people are involved and emotions are high. Let me know what you think in the comments. Do you believe Malachi deserves an apology, or do you think fans reacted fairly based on what they saw? I'm genuinely curious to hear your thoughts and different perspectives. And if you enjoy videos like this, make sure to subscribe. I'm trying to reach 1,000 subscribers before 2026, and every single subscription truly means a lot to me. Thanks for watching. And as always, if anything new happens, we'll talk about it.